Hello and welcome back to another video. It has been a while, I know, but anyways, there's some big event stuff going on. So I talk about that, starting with the thing I believe you will find the most interesting, which is the Dreams Come True event, the Sturmtiger, which you can actually get in the game. But please keep in mind this vehicle will be horrible. It will be around BR 6.3, and anything that hits the always modeled rocket and its barrel will explode the vehicle. I think they, however, were so nice to not model the actual ammunition in the vehicle in the sense that you can still ammo rack it, even if you side-shot it and stuff like that, but it doesn't explode in full force, because otherwise you'd have basically a PE-8 bomb in the middle of your team when this thing comes around and you can set it off with just MG fire. That said, I will just simply go over what to do here. It did start on the 31st of October and it goes until the 14th of November. I believe later the second task will start. It's basically like the IS-2 event and the other one. You have to get 35,000 mission points every 2 days to unlock one stage. Each stage, as I said, goes 2 days. You need to get at least 6 out of 7 to get the Sturmtiger. If you get everything, you also get a loading screen. Other rewards are celebration cake decoration, X pinup decal, X decoration for ships and better together decal, and of course a title, which is the first one. Here you can see the different rewards. These are the X, the pinup, and so on. There isn't really much else to say here. Here's the other event going on. And also a sale from October 31st to November 7th, always 11 GMT. 50% off all modification, talismans, and backups. Although I would never buy backups, you can get them in the Warband shop for pretty easily actually. I always have at least around 50 without actively playing the game as well. Then 50% off for premium account in the game for 365 days. And in the Gaijin Net store only for 180 days. So either you buy them with golden eagles in the game for 90 or 300 or for a year, or you go with 180 days in the store. And then you also get 50% off purchases, prices, and Silverlands and golden eagles for all vehicles and gaming nations. So basically this works like the sale they have every year going on, where all of the nations rotate in their sale. This time you have all nations on sale for the whole duration. So if you're close to getting some vehicles at especially expensive ones, you should probably try to get them in this time frame. Then there's other anniversary decal that you can get. This is not very interesting. Basically just play better on any vehicle of rank 3 and above and you're good. Yeah, then of course the Sturmtiger we talked about. Then there's the 10 rare vehicles for the 10th anniversary, and this one is basically a scam. I will explain to you why, but first let's go over the possible rewards. The rewards are a TB3M1732, an I-29 IR5M, an A13 Mark II cruiser, the 371 HS9, basically the same as in the Tech Tree except it has 20mm, the M8 LAC, which I think it's in Tech Tree as well, at least the Chinese have it, the HE51B2H, which is just an HE51 but with swimmers, a LEC 323, I have no idea what this is, I believe it has 23mm cannons, the DB7, which is a French aircraft in the game for the British, before the French were a thing. Then the XF5F, which is stupidly broken for a lot of reasons. Actually, let's see, it should be, yeah, this one. It's a 2.3 aircraft with extremely good performance, and it's actually rank 3 as well. So you can actually use it in any and all events. Once again, showing that the ranking system is completely pointless for events, considering that you can face 1.3 vehicles with this. Either way, now let's get to the point, which is a borderline scam. For the first stage, you need 5,000 mission points. Alright, fair enough. Second stage, 25,000 points. I'd also say fair enough. third stage 50,000, fourth stage 100,000, always doubles. To 200,000, and then it just goes up on 100,000 steps and then 200,000 steps. So it goes from 300 or 200 to 300 and 400 and to 600, 800 and a million. The issue is to get actually a million points on my skill level in these days. You need over 70,000 points a day. Now, that is over twice as much than what you need for the Storm tier to actually get everything. And again, this is on my skill level, right? Despite the fact that they're manipulating the game against you during events. As example, you would get a lot of very unpopular maps, you get a lot of only one cap maps, you get a lot of conquer battle modes or hordes called, where each side has 1 point. And those just pop up absolutely disproportionately to the rest of the year during events, so they are clearly manipulating the game against you. Some things that I cannot prove are things that I just think are the case, like the game being less reliable or the physics radar. I got a lot more stupid kills that shouldn't be possible during this event than I did with well, other times at the year. Could also be server issues, it could be confirmation bias or whatnot. So I can't prove that, but I know that they're manipulating the game against you map-wise. And the biggest issue with these 1 million points is you would have to play 12 hours a day, every day this event is on, at my skill level, and I am, without trying to suck my own dick, I am way above average, and I'd have to play 12 hours a day to get this. There are people that already need 4 hours for the Sturmtiger that is in half the time. So, well, they don't need 4 hours for the Sturmtiger, but actually to get a half day, I actually talked about that with some people. And the joke is the people that would benefit the most for this event are the, new players. As you can't pull any doubles at least. It seems to be random which of the vehicles you get, but once you've gotten a TB3 as example out of the box, you're not gonna get the TB3 again. And you're also not gonna get vehicles you already have. So if you already got the TB3M in a past event or something like that, then you will get, I believe it was golden nuggets. No, you get, if a stage is achieved and you own all listed vehicles, you get 3 days of premium instead. So that happens if you also have no other vehicles to unlock. So rather than having to go to 1 million points if you already have one of the vehicles, is you only have to go to stage 9 and you're guaranteed to get all of these, which is what I'm basically talking about. A lot of new players are probably not gonna have any of those, so they'd actually have to play the hardest to get actually to the 1 million points. Already had some of the vehicles. I had the M8, I have the I-29, I had the HE51. So I already had 3 vehicles, meaning I only have to get to stage 7, which is lucky pretty easy. Or it's at least doable, right? And that's probably my biggest complaint with this, and that they're actually manipulating the game. If that wasn't the case, I'd be at least fine with it. But yeah, I think this event is especially unfair towards new players or newer players. There are some of the vehicles that haven't been available in the game for fucking ages. I actually think none of these have been available in a long time. I think the most recent was the I-29. Giving it a quick look, it was a reward vehicle for War Thunder's 5th anniversary. Ah, amazing. So yeah, the I-29 is apparently 5 years old. But going on. Of course, you also can get this like always, right? Basically, you go into random matches. It doesn't matter what game mode. It just have to be a random player versus player battles. And you can get the mission points. It does not say anything about naval enduring confrontation, so I believe that is not available for this event should it pop up during it. You also immediately get the vehicles and not a coupon order and you can check both of these events like any other. under the achievements tab. And then, of course, as you've already seen, because I scrolled down, it's the mouse coming back. They haven't fixed any of the issues with it. But yeah, you remember when they removed it because you can't balance it, and now they're giving it out as an event week and making money off it. Amazing, isn't that? Anyways, you can research this like any other tank. It's back in the tech tree. Not entirely sure how it works, but you should see it in the tech tree. And you need a rank 5 vehicle, I believe. At least it says so here. And you can get this. It's, in my personal opinion, one of the most beautiful vehicles ever made, even though it would have been completely useless if actually sent into battle. And the armor values in the game are still inaccurate. They are, I believe, a mix of what the British intelligence service thought the Germans did, what the Germans wanted to do, what the Germans actually did armor-wise, and what the Soviets measured. And yeah, it's a bit weird. And it also has a shell that wasn't actually tested on the 12.8cm gun, but it doesn't really matter. It's still a nice thing to have, and I don't think they ever actually completely fixed this. But those are issues you can look over, at least the model looks nice. And oh yeah, then there's also the rare packs, but they're pretty much already sold out, except for the T-34, oh my god. So the Sherman already sold out when I woke up on the event day. This was gone in like 4 hours, which is kind of unfortunate. I kind of wanted that, to be honest, despite the sketchy shit Gaijin is pulling on us. Basically a German Sherman and a T-34 prototype. This seems to be still available. It's a rank 2 premium. It's basically the same as the first T-34 in the game. It's an A-34 technically. And as such, it's not actually a great tank. I personally wouldn't get it, I didn't get it. For hardcore collectors, this might be something. Or if you actually have a really nice Soviet 3.3 lineup, which I'd not be aware of it existing. But anyways, there's also John F. Kennedy's PT-109, which is not actually John F. Kennedy's PT-109. It's advertised as such in the store. In the game, it is not named like that. Or at least not shown as such in battles. And it is actually not equipped like John F. Kennedy's PT-109. But yes, JFK did actually serve on a riverboat. Kinda cool, actually. Did a Project 111-24 MLS. It's a tiny boat with a T-34 turret, another turret, and a rocket launcher on the back. It's kinda cool. I got it way back to actually get access to the fucking alpha thingy, the alpha tests that were blocked off from everyone way back when they only wanted to do boats. Now we have dreadnoughts. And the S-204 Lung. I personally wouldn't really get any of the boats, but I noticed there are people that actually like to play the River Navy, so if you do, if I'm not mistaken, all of these boats are kinda good. And going up next is another sale. November 7th to November 14th, there's 50% off in the Gaijin.net store. That's it, it doesn't say anything else, but I think it's pretty self-explanatory. And then there's the War Thunder 10 years tournament series. Well, the winner of any tournament also receives an ER100 tank and apparently a decal, which is really cool. Unfortunately, these tournaments are always full of gaming shares. So I did participate in it once with a squad. I think it was a 4 versus 4 actually. And yeah, it went about as much as you'd expect going up against gaming shares. But yeah, there's not really a whole lot more to talk about. That's basically it. I'm pretty salty about the vehicle event, although it is actually doable for me. I only need 400,000 points. I'm already at 65,000. But yeah, I think this is extremely unfair towards new players. And once again, everything is limited to rank 3 and or event vehicles. And here, it is quite ironic that I did it that way, considering that the XF5F is a thing here. As you can see, in realistic it's 2.3. And it is a rank 3 vehicle. That means you can always use it in events, regardless if they actually want you to use them or not. Meaning you can, yes, use it for the battle pass at 2.3. Yeah, I personally would limit it to at least 2.7, maybe 3.7, something like that, instead of rank 3, because, you know, it causes this. But it is how it is. I thank everyone for tuning in and listening, and I hope to see you soon in another video.